Hello, I'm Braiana Treysi. I have been speaking and training salespeople, company owners, and executives for almost 40 years, more than 5 million people in 84 countries. And now I'm coming back to Almaty because I love Kazakhstan. I think it's one of the great countries of the world. It borders on all the great countries of the world, especially China, Russia, and so on. So I'm very happy to be coming back to see you. And I want to invite you to our sales and marketing conference in Almaty in Kazakhstan. This will be a truly unique event of sharing the most up-to-date experiences in new forms of sales and marketing and its application to Kazakhstan realities. Some people say that, well, you're from America or Europe and you don't understand. What I've learned, and I've read something like 6,000 books, I've studied for 150,000 hours, and I've spoken to more than 5 million people in seminars, large and small. What I find is that 80 or 90% of the business situation in every country is the same as every other country. There are maybe 10 or 20% of differences because of culture and language and history, but in most cases, the principles are the same. 2 plus 2 equals 4. The keys to successful selling are the same. And so what I'm going to be teaching you is what you might call universal laws and principles. The principles that work everywhere. And people all over the world have written to me and told me that after they'd gone to my seminar, they went out in as little as 30 days, doubled their sales and doubled their profits because I gave them ideas that were tested and proven by hundreds, maybe thousands of other companies and people around the world. And that's what I will share with you. One of the things that I'm proud of is that when I started my career, I learned that strategic planning was the highest paid speaking that you could do. So I became a specialist in strategic planning. And shortly after I made that decision, I was booked by a billion-dollar company to do a 3-day strategic planning meeting for their top executives, which I did. And afterwards, they said this was the best 3 days in the history of this company. Since then, I have done strategic planning for more than 1,000 companies. And in every case, I study the companies carefully, their history, their background, their position in the market, the skills that they need to be successful. And then my program shows them and teaches them what they will have to do in the future to make their companies even more successful. But think about that, 1,000 companies. And what I will be sharing with you is the very best that I have learned from the very best companies in the world, all over the world, in Russia and China, and all over Europe and Africa and South America and the Middle East. These are companies that are the most successful. Because why? Because they could afford to hire me for 2 and 3 days, and they could afford to take and practice the ideas that I taught. So the main purpose of this event is to introduce new trends and promote high quality knowledge and tools to increase sales, marketing, effectiveness, and as a result, company profits. I have a sort of a motto. I say that the keys to success in business are for you to focus on 3 words in English: make more money, earn more money, get more profits. The second is make more sales, because the only way to increase your profitability is to increase your sales, to make more sales at the same or at a lower price. And my first client when I began speaking was IBM. And IBM at that time had 82% of the world market. 82%. Why? It's because their entire focus was on recruiting very good salespeople, training those salespeople very well, sometimes for 1 or 2 years, and then managing those salespeople so that they were able to sell millions of dollars and billions of dollars worth of their product. And I will show you some of the things I learned from them and many other companies. The topic of my speech is make more money, increase sales, and double your profits. I will be talking about what is called best practices. What do the most successful companies do differently from average companies? And I will teach you those things. And if you will practice them just a little bit, you will get results out of all proportion to the amount of effort you put in. I have worked with people who have been in business for 10 and 15 years, and I've showed them simple techniques that they can use to double their income. And they write back to me and they say, after 10 years in my business, I doubled my income in 1 week. I could not believe it. I thought that you were simply talking motivational talk from American speakers. But when I practiced your ideas, I doubled my income. I've never earned more money in my whole life than today. And they wrote to me again, and they doubled their income again, and doubled their income again. And some people increased their income as much as 10 times as a result of doing very simple things differently. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again. This will be a transformational day in your life. You are going to learn more and better ideas in a shorter period of time than perhaps any day in your history. So I look forward to being with you, and thank you very much for coming. This is going to be a great day.